Hello everybody and welcome back to the Big Joey channel. Today we'll be continuing Dark Souls 3. So let's load right into that. Okay, so let's do this. Here we go. Today I'll be playing with my buddy Tudo Losat, as you saw him in the first video. His first video didn't come out, so this video, if you want to watch his perspective, I'll link it in the description. So today we're going to be heading off to the High Wall of Lothric to beat the boss in this area. So I'll be meeting my boy Tudo there, and we're going to set off to beat the boss. We're gonna beat the boss and then we're gonna go explore the next area a bit. Yeah, because we already have the shortcut. I'll be picking you up first. One a day is pretty doable. Yeah, Rainbow Six Siege be good. I'm summoning. As you can see, I'm not a filthy casual, so I'm not using any armor. I'm just using some trousers that I found off of a dead guy, and that's pretty much all I'm going to be running with for a while. This is probably the best weapon I'm going to have for a good chunk of the time. So I'm just going to wait for him to get in, and we're going to go beat the shit out of a boss. See, this guy, he bought armor. He's a chump. Yeah, he's a chump. He bought armor. Loves slaughtering the innocent. I love having so much health that damage means nothing to me. Just love it when you miss horribly. Oh, you're a bitch. I did that on purpose. So you can't leave without me. Crazy. Getting a tiny bit of lag too. So since we're cheaters, we're just going to come over here and we're going to summon this phantom too. Because the more the merrier. And so the interesting thing about Lion Knight Albert is that this won't be the last time we see him, actually. So let's just come over here, and he's going to be here. He actually serves as a protector of this cathedral. And also, fun fact, he cannot one-hand that axe he has there. He has to two-hand it to effectively use it. Ooh. Hey, how about we not? The Boreavel. Yeah, also, if you attack her to activate the boss, Lion Knight Albert will leave your world and you'll not be able to summon him. You guys are good. So after we defeat the boss is when this banner will come in place. So you could come here after you defeat the boss or come here before. It's not going to really affect anything really special. It's just, but you do need it to move on from this area. So we're actually going to come up here because there's an item up here that we're going to get. And there's a... So me and Albert are just going to beat the shit out of this guy. Now we're going to pick up this item right here, and you're going to get a Lucerne, or Lucerne, however you want to pronounce it. It's pretty much a polearm. So we're going to take a little look at it. So what it is, it's a polearm with a sharp, hard, pronged head that inflicts thrust attacks. So it's a hammer, a spear, and a polearm, and a halberd all put together in one. So we're going to come over here. Actually, we missed one person, so we're going to go fight him before we move on to the boss. So over here, we're going to fight a stronger version of the Lothric Knights we've been fighting. See, as you can tell, he has a blue cape, and you're going to see those red eyes emitting from him. So he's actually a little bit tougher. No problem, because we're just going to exploit simple AI. That's another... Oh, and he actually dropped a Lothric sword, which is really good. So I can't use it right now, but it's a fairly decent weapon. Especially if you like a good strength dex build. Has average crit status, so we're not going to use that because we can't use it. And that our axe is actually better right now. So now that we've got everything in this area, we've explored every nook and cranny, we found Grey Rat, the Thief. That's pretty much all there is in this area. Except maybe a couple... Yeah, that's all this area for now. We'll be back here later in the game. And so we're going to heal up. Make sure we have everything. We would throw on some armor, but it'd be pointless. You know what? We're crazy. This armor is actually 15 pounds, so it's not worth it. We're just going to keep a nice bare minimum build so we could be able to move around really nimbly. Also, we're going to go ahead and equip a ring because they're nice. Yep. So what we're fighting is a being from the Boreal Valley. Now he is, I believe he's Vort of the Boreal Valley, and what the Boreal Valley is essentially is a place where these guys called Outriders is what he is are banished to. It's kind of like an exile. So he's essentially an exile that banished by the Lord of Cinders when they took over. So here he is, Vort of the Boreal Valley. It's a really cold place also. As you can see, emitting from him the ice, and you could actually catch frostbite from that. Not having a lot of armor, you'd be really affected by frostbite, so I have to play very careful. Luckily for us, Albert is not as useless as he seems. Yes, the more people you have in a world, the harder the boss will be. But it pretty much will get to a point where that's not going to matter. You're going to get to a point where you could have 4 people in the world, including yourself, that is, and you're just going to run rampage through bosses. Ooh, that hurt. Oh. And we're down to 1 Estus Flask, and that's how we like it. We're going to finish him off right here. And just like that. So we're going to go ahead and get a soul. We're going to go ahead and get this soul from him. And once you defeat a boss, everybody in your world will despawn. And this includes invaders. If, let's say, you're invaded and you don't feel like fighting, you actually could run straight to a boss fight, activate it. The invaders will get separated from your world. So we're going to go ahead and light this bonfire right here. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at that soul. This is a special soul. So, Soul of Vort of the Boreal Valley. One of the twisted souls steeped in strength. Used to acquire many souls or transpose to extract its true strength. Vort served as an outrider knight, never far from the fleeting dancer. Now, see that last line right there is alluding to the dancer of the Boreal Valley, which is another boss in this area. It's really meant to be a later game boss, but of course you could always activate it early by killing the maiden who gave us the small Lothric banner right here. You can always kill her, activate the fight. So now we're going to actually head off, and we're going to go to the High Wall of Lothric, get summoned, and rinse and repeat that whole little charade. Wrong. Okay, so my summon sign is down at the High Wall of Lothric, and now we will wait. So while we're doing that, let's see if there's really anything we need to really touch about. Oh, we have these undead hunter charms, and it's just tool used to hunt down the undead. Block Estus recovery within a limited area. So pretty much what these are used for is their main use is PvP or fighting NPCs that use Estus Flask. And what you do is you throw one at them, and they'll be splashed by the area effect, and then they cannot use Estus Flask for a certain amount of time. So it's useful if you're fighting somebody, but it also can be easily counteracted. Let's say you're fighting somebody who has a miracle build, and they're just going to heal up with a miracle. So they're really best used against NPCs. Aw, that's a shame. I mean, hey, you made it. Now you're good. I'm chilling over here. Because he thinks he's good. See, sometimes as a god of this game, you have to descend down to the battlefield to help the mortals. And that's what I'm doing right now. We're just going to go ahead and sit down here. We're just going to overlook the whole area, because that's nice. See, the greatest thing about this is you could hear the embers charring in the background, so it really makes you feel at home, you know, burning away. And we're still just going to wait here. We're going to just chill here some longer. And it looks like his internet's garbage, so we went ahead and he left his bad internet. So we're actually just gonna finish this up outside of the party, but we'll probably meet up again in like an intermission. But we're just gonna go ahead and keep rolling from here. Gonna jump for joy, tell him I'm here. Oh, and he's Garbo. Luckily for me, that's how come you always go first, kids. You know, in case something happens, you already beat the boss. So nice to get around that. So actually, what I'm going to do while waiting for that, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take you to the Fort of the Boreal Valley bonfire. And we're going to just move on. We're going to have the next area unlocked. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and patiently wait for the loading screen to come by, because that's just Dark Souls for you. At least they give you something to do while loading. Do a little reading. And all the items shown on here, obviously, you can get them throughout the game. So, okay, we're going to spawn in. We're gonna head out to this area that was just unlocked. Read a couple things. See, okay, now this specifically is a generated. This is made by the game. Peer over the cliff and hold up the banner. That is by the game. As opposed to this one, this is somebody who actually put that down. Somebody actually put that down. And here we are. And we're getting teleported to the wonderful world of the Wizard of Oz. Look, flying monkeys. They're gonna just take us. They're nice guys. They don't bite. This is actually another reference to Dark Souls 1. These were in Dark Souls 1. They are what brought you to on Orlando. So this is again another attempt to kind of go back to their roots from Dark Souls 1. So we're just going to go ahead and put up this bonfire. And we're going to head back to the Firelink Shrine. And this actual particular armor set, the Drake Blood Helm, is you will find way later on in the game, actually. And it's once you've gone to an optional area, and then you're going to go back to another optional area, which I'll also cover later. And that is how you'll get that armor. You get one set of that per playthrough, I believe. So we're actually just going to come look through here. Anything specific that we need. Or anything what you can actually do instead of using souls, you can just sell them. The thing about these special souls is it says, used to acquire many souls or transposed to extract its true strength. Now, I would never recommend using the soul to gain souls. Just hold on to it, and later on we're going to find what we need to transpose these souls and their magical goodies. So I'm going to go level up here. Let's put a little bit into Vitality and Endurance. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So after we've done all this, really the next area is kind of a bigger area. And since I've actually lost Tudo, we're just going to come up here and we're going to just really reinforce weapons. Going to reinforce my weapon. Actually, I can't because I do not possess one more Titanite shard. There's nothing really to repair, so I'm just going to go fight the Master Swordsman. He's actually going to be, we're going to take you there. You could fight him as early as soon as you get here, but I chose not to fight him at the beginning because I didn't want to get beat. So now I'm going to come back and beat the shit out of him for no reason. So we're just going to come over here. Make sure you really clear out those annoyances. You don't want to be bothered when you're fighting him. He's easy to beat, but he'll kill you just as fast as you can kill him. There he is. And he already has his katana ready. And one of the easiest exploits is sometimes he can just fall off the map because he's stupid. Because he's AI or not the brightest. And he can just do that sometimes. And he's going to do that. Thing about katanas is also they have a bleed buildup. So once you get hit so many times, you're going to get hit for a bleed damage. So hopefully we don't get hit by that. Ow. Again, we're going to beat the shit out of him. He's going to actually do that. We're going to be out of Estus, so we're going to have to play this very safe. and we're going to defeat him. So he actually drops his attire. You're going to get, so you're going to go over here, and you're actually going to get the Uchi Katana, which is a unique katana characterized by the fine craftsmanship of an eastern land where it was forged. The finely sharpened blade cuts flesh like butter and causes bleeding, but breaks easily as a result. So pretty much is we look down to durability, and it's just 35 out of 35 compared to this 80 durability. So it's a more fragile weapon, but again, it does have the bleed effect. You see additional effects. You're looking to the screen right above the attribute on it, and it says 34. So that's the bleed buildup per hit. So the next item we're going to get from him is the Master's Attire, a terribly worn shirt. Men are fond of weaving tales to explain the raggedness of their garb. My sixth sense warned me of danger, and I danced between flurries of blades, unscathed. But alas, my clothes went to tatters. So we're actually gonna get that, and you're gonna get the Master Glove and terribly worn manchettes, and it's pretty much the same thing, except it's his gloves. So we're actually gonna equip that because it really, armor. It's really just vanity in this game unless you're going to really dedicate to a really heavy set armor build with large amount of strength, large amount of endurance. And then in that case, it would be useful. So we're going to actually head back, and after doing that, that's going to be the end of this episode. The next episode I'm going to pick up. We're going to pick up and go down to the Undead Settlement, and we're going to go down there, explore everything there is. And like always, thank you for watching. If you have any suggestions, leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. And